We went snorkeling with the whale sharks at Oslob in Cebu, Philippines, and this is the video that I wish I had before we went there. Today I'm going to explain the process and how it works, what to expect, and then how we got there. And at the end I'll talk a little bit about the ethical problem with it and then provide you a link that has some other things you can do besides this. Okay, so this is how the process works. It's a number system. You receive a number like at 4 in the morning, hopefully, and then you wait for that number to be called again, probably around like 7:38 or something like that, depends how many people. You get a briefing, and then you wait some more, and then you wait for your number to be called again, and then you receive a life jacket, and then you wait a little bit more, and then you get in a boat, and then you snorkel with whale sharks. Okay, so how do you get a number? You go to this location in Oslob, and you wait in a giant line. I think that people get here even before 4 a.m., and they will wait in a giant line. And it goes all the way to the road, and it seems chaotic, but it is also organized. Our number was like 83, and we received it at around 4:30 in the morning, and we didn't get into the water until like 8, just to give you an idea of the timeline. Do you need to book a tour? Technically, no. As a tourist, you can just get in line to receive a number, and a ticket costs 1,000 pesos, which is like $17. You can get there early along with everybody else around 4 in the morning and stand in line and do all of that. Or if you have the flexibility, you could also gamble with getting there in the late morning and then hoping that you'll miss the bulk of the crowds. It just really depends on like the time of the week and if it's peak season or not. I saw a review online that someone got their number around 6:30 in the morning and they had to wait 6 hours until they were able to get in the water. So it really just depends. I don't know. Another option is to book online ahead of time, which is not something that we realized that we could do. I think what you need to do is go to this exact Facebook page. According to a post in there, you need to use your phone, not a computer, and click on message, which will begin the booking process. You can only do this one day before your desired tour day, and it's a first come, first served basis. We did see people with reserved numbers and people using the reserved tent, so I know that it works, even though many people on the Facebook page are complaining that they don't respond to messages or they like can't figure out how to do it or get through. This may be because they are not following the prompts on Messenger. I found a blog post that I'll link below on exactly how the process works, but it sounds like if you're able to secure a spot, you only need to wait 1 to 2 hours instead of like 4 to 6. Could be worth it if you are able to be a little bit flexible, and especially if you're staying nearby. What we did was book our tour through a GetYourGuide tour, and it was like a full day tour that included 3 different things. A lot of these tours will start in Cebu City. They'll actually pick you up from there at around 2 in the morning. We chose to stay in Oslob because we did not want to get up at 2 in the morning for anything. So we got picked up around 4 o'clock, I think. Okay, the whale sharks. We chose to snorkel, but due to COVID still, they are not giving you snorkels. They will only give you goggles. You have the option to rent snorkels, and you also have the option to rent fins or a GoPro. We think in hindsight we should have gotten fins because it was really awkward to try to swim deep without them. You can also book scuba sessions, which I think costs 5 times more than an original ticket, so I don't know, 5,000 pesos, I guess. All the whale sharks that were there, at least on the day when we were there, are all being fed from the surface. So really the scuba divers were like really deep and not that close to the whale sharks, but if you're up at the surface with them, you can get a lot closer. I didn't see why I would want to scuba with them and spend the money, but you don't have to wait in a line at all. Like it seems like a lot less people do that option. So I don't know, it just depends what you want to do. Will said he would have done it, but I was not interested. While you're waiting for, 4 to 6 hours or whatever, there are some things you can do around there. There are some cafes and shops open in that area, just open because I know people are just waiting around. There are these giant tents with chairs you can wait on. And then with our tour, we were given the option to go just like sit in the van and like sleep or whatever we wanted to do while we waited for our number to be called. And then our guide would come find us when our number was announced on the screen. But if you don't have a guide to come and get you, it would be better if you just kind of like hang around, I guess. Don't go too far. Once your number is called, I think you go to an initial briefing and then you have to wait a little bit more if I remember correctly. And then when your number is called again, then you're ready to go, put your life jacket on and everything like that. And then you have to wait maybe like 10 minutes more in your life jacket before you're actually put on a boat. They row the boat out into the water and they attach it to a line. So what you'll see is like a bunch of boats all in a line. I think there's like 2 rows of them. And then there's another smaller boat that's like chumming the water, I think with little shrimp, like literally back and forth just in front of all those lines of boats. So there's a really good chance that you will be able to swim really close to a whale shark. And then once you're out there, you have the option, if you want to take off your life vest. They don't really care once you're out there, but just when the boat is like moving, you have to wear it. The people were really nice. They offered to GoPro us and everything like that. So we appreciate that. And then you get about 30 minutes in the water and the shark went by, I don't know, maybe even like 20 times or something like that. So I think everybody gets like a good amount of time to experience it. Afterwards, put your life jackets back on and then they row you back to shore where there are some showers with really low water pressure that you can use to rinse off. And then there's bathrooms there as well if you need it. Going into ethics for a second, this is ethically questionable because it is animal tourism and it is altering their natural migratory patterns, and this is an endangered species. So I know in places like Okinawa, they have netted experiences where like the whale sharks are literally netted and then you can go snorkel with them. So when I heard that this one wasn't netted, I was like, cool, great, like this is already better than that. And so I really didn't look into it further, which I should have. I'll link a website, like a good page below, from the Mulbowl Eco Lodge that outlines why encouraging whale sharks to come here is bad overall for the species. It's super over touristed, and it was saddening to hear that literally no money whatsoever goes towards whale shark conservation. It's all like a big money grab from people, which shouldn't be so surprising, but I was kind of like, that's crazy that none of this money is going towards any conservation. On top of that, many of these tour companies seem to be overbooking, and then they're also causing the roads to be unsafe. There have been multiple crashes throughout the years of these tour buses, just like racing from Cebu City at 2 a.m. in the morning, trying to get there to get in line the fastest and like provide the best experience for their paying customers who are in the bus. It's super early in the morning, they're tired, the roads are not good, and it just like leads to bad situations. I know it's so hypocritical to be like, this isn't ethical, but we did it. But honestly, yeah, I should have looked into it more than just knowing that they weren't netted. But I think that the link that I'll put in the description is good to read so that you can make your own informed decision if you want to take the time to do this experience or not. And like I said, they also provide some alternative things that you can do instead. We spent 3 days and 4 nights in Cebu, and we really enjoyed the time that we spent there. If you want to hear more about our itinerary and how we spent our time, I can leave a link to that video right here for you to watch. I go over like the visa process, planning for this trip, and then just the whole itinerary of everything we did. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.